All right. All right, we're live. Well, it's been a while since I've done one of these.
Mhm.
Chris, are you with me?
I am with you. Can
Cool.
you can you hear me? Yes,
I
good.
can't hear you. I think the last time I did one of these Google Hangouts was probably with you and Joe.
That's correct. Yes, and I actually played music at that one.
You did.
Yes.
Well, happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to this special Google Hangout with myself and Chris Hardy.
Ah,
For those of you that aren't familiar with Google Hangouts is it's just a way to interact with other people live via the internet. And I believe you can add up to like 10 people. In this video, it's just going to be me and Chris. We're going to be talking about DJ drops, cartoon drops, Chris's solo career, a little bit of this and that. Just basically small talk. And for those of you watching, welcome. And let's get started.
yeah.
So for those of you that don't know Chris, Chris is the guy, the man, the legend behind all those cartoon DJ drops. A lot of people think it's me. It's not. I don't have that ability. God, where do you even start? So, Chris, where and how are you able to do so many characters?
I don't know. It started in childhood. I would watch Underdog and Bullwinkle and all kinds of stupid cartoons, and I'd just be fascinated with them. So when the TV was off, I would want to have fun, pretending I'm, Bullwinkle or something. So I'd try to walk around the house and say things. The Bullwinkle's, "Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat." Well, I just kind of learned how to sound like Bullwinkle and then to say the things that he says, and actually a lot of times I would just memorize some of the dialogue just so I could walk around and play my own little Bullwinkle episode on my own.
That's insane. Whatever happened to Saturday morning cartoons, for Christ's sake?
I don't know. I lost touch in about the late 80s, I think. Yeah, after they took the Looney Tunes off, yeah, nah, just didn't have the same thing to me.
And well, now you can subscribe to like over 400 channels and watch cartoons. Anyway, so is there anyone you can't do? I mean, I know you can do the Muppets. There's Family Guy.
Yeah.
Who can't you do?
Oh, lots of them. SpongeBob. Can't do SpongeBob. Bart Simpson. I've tried and failed and failed. Who else can? Tweety. Tweety Bird. I cannot do Tweety Bird. Why, even I hear Mel Blanc, in order to get Tweety's voice, they had to speed up the tape. So even Mel Blanc couldn't do Tweety, even though he was the voice of Tweety. Yeah,
Are you
what about
serious?
that? That's what I've heard.
So Tweety's voice was sped up. It wasn't actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, according to my intel, maybe not 100% correct,
That's kind of
but
cool.
that's what I've heard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Family Guy, The Muppets. Who else? Who else can you do? Who's popular? Who's one of your favorites that you love to do?
Oh, geez, one of my favorites. I like to do Bender when he says, "Bite my shiny metal ass." And looks so shiny, shinier than yours, meatbag. See, I love Bender. Just haven't watched enough Futurama to be really familiar with the character, but I like his voice.
That's amazing. And how do you do the female ones?
Not very well.
Well, you did mention.
Well, there's Marge Simpson. She's easy because she sounds like a troll, you know?
and
And Lois Griffin. I'm not exactly high-pitched yet, but I do know the Rhode Island accent. Peter.
something like that.
When you get sick, it must be interesting what your voice can do to you. It's
Yes, I can actually do Chef from South Park when I'm sick. Right now, can't. No way.
so there you go, guys.
I'm gonna make love to you, woman, or something like that.
So for those of you ordering DJ drops, if you want chef, you have to wait till
Wait till I get sick. Yeah.
That's funny. But before we went live, we were talking about Americans Got Talent. I was under the impression for some reason that you were actually on the show where you auditioned, but you were talking about how they wanted you to audition, but they wanted you to sign something. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, I love telling this story because it just kind of, it almost exposes the illusion that the whole entertainment industry is. Back in, geez, when was this? 2008, 2009. We were living in North Carolina. My wife and I performed as a duo, and we got a message from America's Got Talent saying, hey, we're going to be having auditions in Charlotte in a few weeks, and we'd like you to audition. So, but you know, in order to audition, you have to sign this paperwork, which it was probably 25 pages of just, and I read every word. And there's some weird stuff in those contracts. One of them, I think the deal breaker for us was the producers of the show, they can, I don't know, institutionalize you whenever they feel like it. It's like they can throw you in the crazy house if they feel like it. If you're not doing what they say. Another ridiculous thing is they own your name for 3 years, whether you get on the show or not. So if you want to play a gig under your own name, sorry, you got to get permission. And I thought, that's a little too much control.
Yeah, but if you own the name prior to going on the show, how can they do that?
You sign away your rights. So it's not. So
basically, if you get popular,
right, they make the money.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Because what they don't want is they don't want you to get popular and then have all this traffic on your website and actually make money outside of them. They want to control the money, which I guess I understand. If I was a giant corporation, I'd want to do that too.
So did you ever actually go to the show, or were you actually?
No, not to mention that you were only allowed 90 seconds to audition, and they did not allow drums at the audition. And with my wife and I, she played drums. So I mean, what would she do if she couldn't bring any drums? So that's like 50% of our act right there. So I said, no, 90 seconds, drive to Charlotte it was 2.5 hours from where I was. It's like, now 5 hours in the car for 90 seconds and sign away your name and they can institutionalize you if they feel like it. Nah, didn't look too good.
Do you think to a certain degree it's scripted?
Yes, yes. I suspect. I mean, I got no proof of that, but you know, I think the people that go the farthest on these shows, they got to have talent because, you know, that's part of the name. But they're the ones that are willing to do whatever they say, and I think they test you. So
very interesting.
Yeah.
I've always wondered about those reality TV shows.
Yeah, there's not much reality in them.
Yeah, exactly. So how did they? I don't understand. How did they find you? Like what? How did they wanted you to audition? But like what? How did that all start? How did that all come about?
That's a good question. I may have posted an ad on Craigslist or something, looking for bookings or trying to sell my CDs. Or for some reason, I think Craigslist was involved.
Interesting. I know.
Yeah.
You know, I've never posted on Craigslist. I always think that Craigslist is like, you know, we have Kijiji up in here in Canada.
Right. Yeah, I've used that too. Although strangely enough, for a lot of work that I've done, there's a thing called the back page or backpage.com. That one I've got results from. The rest of them, not so much.
I think Backpages, it lasts longer also. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like I know Kijiji, when you post stuff, I like how we went from talking about cartoon drops to classified ads. But Kijiji, after, the way it works is you'll post something, and then you'll be on page 1. And then after a couple of days, you're on like page 3, page 8, page 12. And what you need to do is you need to keep reposting it every day. It does work. I've tried it, and it does work. I've gotten a lot of results from it. But you know what? I haven't tried web pages or Craigslist. I may have to try that.
Why not? It's free.
Everyone loves free.
Yes.
Everyone loves free. So back to voice work. So you do all the cartoon characters. You're also a solo act. You write music. You've been writing music for quite some time. You just released a new CD.
Yes,
right?
I did.
Yes, you did. And right now, what's the single that?
It's called Distractified. That's my single, I guess, if you could call it that.
Distractified?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
No. I mean, it is now. It's not. It may not be a word, but it's a song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. For those of you that are just tuning in, you're watching myself and Chris Hardy. Chris Hardy is the man behind over 101 different cartoon voices, and a lot of you, wonder if I'm the one behind the voices, and I'm not. Chris Hardy is my partner, and we're doing a live Google Hangout. He's done a couple of voices already. Maybe we'll do a few more. He's not sick, so he won't be doing
No chef.
No chef today. If you have a request for a voice, you can actually text me, 403-605-7310, or you can, if my computer works here, you can Facebook me if you have any questions for Chris. And again, I will try to answer every question on Facebook or via text. If you would like to come on the show and ask Chris a question, you can also call me, 403-605-7310. Chris is a very friendly guy. He won't bite your head off. If you have a question for me, you can, go, or maybe you don't even have a question. Maybe you just want to come on and tell us that we're just jerks, and you can do that too. So it's open format, it's free, and yeah, it's fun. So just checking Facebook here. I wish I had a crew. Sorry, I was just looking at Facebook. I wish I had a crew here to help me out with this stuff, but it's low budget. What can you do?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to hit you with some voices, Chris, and
hit me with some voices.
I'm going to hit you with some voices. Okay, so give me your best Cartman impression.
Well, there are two different Cartmans that I found out. This one is like from the early episodes. It's real sweet. Back when he was taking weight gain 4,000, so he couldn't get his buff ass through the door. But now it's kind of like this. He's kind of more like a person. So I never know which kind of Cartman people want. Anyway, I'm still big boned.
There's an upsell right there. You can get Cartman 1 or Cartman 2. That's funny. God, there's so many. Could you do Statler?
A what?
Statler from the Muppet Show? The two old guys?
Oh, yeah. God, gotta try to remember some of their gags. Hey, Frog! I just know he sounds like an old guy, and the other guy kind of sounds like this. I haven't seen those guys in years. Damn.
God,
Statler and Waldorf, right? The names of two hotels.
Statler and Waldorf. That's right. That's right. Oh man, that's funny. Who else is there? How about oh God, I don't know. How about some Cookie Monster?
Cookie Monster. Me like doing Cookie Monster voice, 'cause then I get to eat cookies. Although it tears the crap out of my vocal cords.
So hopefully people don't. Yeah. One thing I hate is having to do a Cookie Monster voice that's like 7 paragraphs, and I'm going, oh crap! Me going to die.
Oh my god!
Call paramedic.
My next door neighbors are probably just fucking freaking out, going, "What is going on in that house?" Oh yeah, I mean, all people see is this background behind me. If people only knew, if I like flip the camera, what's in this room. This is where all the craziness happens. Anyway.
If I were to flip my camera, you would see that I'm literally in a closet. I cannot stretch my arms out this way or this way. So see my background there. It's a.
But Chris.
Yeah.
What are you wearing under that T-shirt?
Oh, let's not get into that. If I'd have known it was going to be this kind of party.
Holy crap! You're really going to ask me that question? I'm wearing a suit. Yeah, birthday suit.
On a serious note, wow, that was quite intense. With the passing of Robin Williams, it's brought up a lot, in terms of depression, the entertainment industry. Ironically, it happening to a comedian. I mean, it could happen to anyone, but of course, it's hard to kind of weird when it's a comedian, and they say that comedians are some of the most depressed, unfortunately. But what's your take on the whole Robin Williams thing?
Well, assuming what I read is true, which that may be a big assumption, definitely his death was tragic. And me being a bit of a conspiracy theory towards the entertainment industry, I kind of think that him being in the entertainment industry had something to do with it. Because his job as a comedian and an entertainer is to make you believe that he is a certain way, and he can only hide what he is long enough, and God knows what, if he was on antidepressants or what kind of strings the powers that be were pulling on him, because when you're a celebrity, you got to do what the people with the money say. You got to do those interviews, you got to make those appearances, and that's a lot of pressure, and for a guy who just wants to make people laugh, I could see there being a conflict there. Maybe not wanting to do everything they want him to do. So I'm not gonna say it's aliens, but it's aliens. No, I'm sorry, that was completely unrelated. But yeah, I just think he was probably under more pressure than anyone was aware of.
I think you're right. It's weird for me. It was like my therapist died. Good Will Hunting is one of my favorite movies. Yeah. And yeah, it's just weird, man. I'm like, what the fuck? And you think that the guy had money. I mean, yeah. Obviously there were reports that he didn't, but I mean, money. He had his third wife. I don't know. Just weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad. Anyway. Well, on that happy note. Well, Chris, what are you going to do for the rest of the day?
I have voiceovers to do for the rest of the day, and lyrics to write, and songs to record. I've typically Sunday is my cram in as much work as I possibly can day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you get back to work, and for those of you watching today, I'm going to be doing 50% off cartoon DJ drops. That's including you, Chris. If you want,
yay! More stuff for me to do today.
Chris, I will give you 50% off cartoon DJ drops just for you.
Wow, sweet! I need to be a DJ now. I got to learn that.
Well, you already have the earphones.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm looking pretty swank in my. Of course, there's nothing fancy. Just Sennheiser, $15 headphones.
The new thing in today are ball DJs.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I got part of that covered. I'm still hanging on to some hair back here.
You
So I'll only be half as successful right now as I could be.
All right, man. Listen, thanks for spending some time with us. And guys, for those of you watching, please like the video. Let me know if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if it's something you would like to see in the future. I'd love to get other walks of life and entertainment on with me, and talk about what it is you do. So, for myself, Chris, take care.
All right, you do too. And signing off as Kermit the Frog, I am Chris Hardy. Bye.